Hi there, I'm Or, and this is new video about boy were we wrong about the solar system. Let's go. Long ago, before people knew anything about the solar system, they saw the sun move in the sky. The moon moved too. People watched the stars make a grand slow circle in the sky every night. But their world didn't seem to move at all. They thought everything in the heavens moved around their flat, steady earth. Boy, were they wrong. We know we now know that we live on a little planet that moves with all the worlds around a medium-sized sun in a large galaxy. But it took a long time and a lot of wrong guesses to learn what we know today. Early people saw that a few stars didn't twinkle. These glowing dots moved differently than all the others circling the night sky. People named these special wanderers after their gods: Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Mercury, and Mars. The moon also moved and changed shape in the sky. When the earth came between the sun and the moon, it cast a round shadow on the moon. The early Greeks realized that since the Earth's shadow was round, then the Earth must be round too. People invented new tools to study the skies and measure where and when the planets moved. They made sky maps too, and at last they saw a system to the heavens. The stars, they said, were dots on a huge clay ball. Inside that glassy ball, the planets and the sun occupied small and small spheres. Earth was the all-important center of everything. They saw that the heavens were perfect and everlasting. Boy, were they wrong about our solar system. One man watched a comet slide right through where the moon's were was supposed to be, and nothing happened. No glass ball shattered. The, the clear spheres weren't really there. The planets must just be floating through space. Another astronomer saw a brand new star appear one night. It didn't go away. Many others saw it too. If new stars could appear, then maybe the heavens weren't unchanging. A new idea uh, came to an astronomer. He said the sun wasn't the center of the system, not the earth. That would mean that we weren't so important. He had no proof, so most people just laughed at the idea of a sun centered system. Boy, were they wrong. The first telescopes changed everything. Looking through them, astronomers could see that things in the heavens were not perfect. After all, the sun had spots, the moon had mountains and craters, and Saturn appeared to be lumpy. And everyone could say for the first time that Venus changed shape just like our moon. That means sunlight was shining on it from many different angles. Venus had to be circling the sun. If that was true, the other planets must be circling the sun too. The Earth wasn't in the center of the universe. Church leaders thought these new findings went against the Bible. They had a famous scientist arrested when he wrote about the discoveries. He could never come to church again. But nothing, they said, could change the facts. Another scientist watched an apple fall. It made him think. Why didn't apples fall sideways or up? Hmm. He decided Earth had a gravity force that pulled apples and everything else toward it. Maybe Earth's gravity was pulling as far as the moon. And maybe the moon pulled us right back. Planets could tug on each other too. Scientists checked the measurements and it seemed to be true. Gravity made the planets shift when they passed each other. But Saturn shifted for no reason. Astronomers wondered if there was another planet out there. When they pointed their telescopes toward the source of gravity, they found Neptune. Better telescopes showed that the lumps on Saturn were really rings, and a few moons, too. Scientists thought that maybe Saturn's gravity was pulling a ring-shaped cloud of tiny rocks into itself. They were swinging around too fast to fall down. Gravity had them trapped in an orbit. A long time ago, 37 years later, and 37 years later, astronomers looked at the old charts of comets and saw one that kept coming back about every 37 years. They looked at its path. They figured in the gravity of the planets it passed and told the world exactly when to expect the comet to show up next. People laughed, but the comet showed up right on time. Everything seemed to be making sense now. As the telescopes got even better, anyone could see that Mars had two moons. And in the big space between Mars and Jupiter, there was a whole cloud of loose rocks orbiting the Sun. What else would they find? They saw great seas on Mars, too, and channels where water flowed. Some people thought it must have taken thousands of smart Martians to dig these huge canals. Boy, were they wrong. More detailed pictures of the Martian surface showed channels that had been carved out by ancient rushing rivers. Those rivers and seas seemed to be dry now. People could see that Neptune's path wobbled too. Could there be yet another planet in our solar system? When astronomers looked, they found Uranus. Photography changed everything again. An astronomer found a tiny little Pluto on a photograph long before anyone saw it in the sky. I have found a new planet, he announced. School children learned that there were 9 planets in all. Maps and models showed Pluto the planet. It was official for more than 70 years. Yeah. Then more tiny planets were found, and more. There seemed to be a whole belt of them circling the sun wildly beyond Neptune. Were they all planets? Astronomers took a vote. No, they said. Pluto is just a dwarf planet. So are all the others like it. Boy, were we wrong about Pluto? Another new tool detected chemicals from a distance. Astronomers didn't have to visit Jupiter or Venus to learn that their atmospheres had poison gases instead of Earth like air. They also built a system, giant telescopes that used radio waves instead of light waves to look into space. They put them far away from city noises so they wouldn't interfere with the sound of space. These radio telescopes peered right through the clouds of other planets, and we could learn even more details. There were huge mountains under those poison clouds on Venus. Under Jupiter's clouds, there was nothing but more clouds. Other scientists sent a satellite into space. When that worked, they sent dogs up, then a monkey, then they sent a man. The first astronaut finally saw the stars without having to look through Earth's thick layer of air. Uh, After scientists practiced sending men into space, they sent some to moon. Yeah, this is the flag of USA here. Other astronomers designed instruments to fly through the solar system. Some probes flew close enough to see that the head of a comet was just a dirty ice ball. Others landed on the surface of Mars. And when a rocket launched, they say, take off. Oh, meteorite on Mars? Is hurtling toward Mars? Yeah. A bumpy landing, ready to roll. That was a long ride. I hope there is some water around here. Scientists made a digital telescope with a huge lens 8 feet across. They sent this telescope into orbit to take photographs of our solar system. At first, it did not work. Astronauts had to fly up to repair it. After being fixed, the telescope has sent back pictures of comets crashing into Jupiter's poison clouds and recorded a ring of 100 million comets circling our solar system. It has even showed us proof of a whole solar system circling another star. Our ideas will change as we learn more. Scientists keep inventing better instruments. Every year, more advanced probes are sent through the solar system. There are plans to rocket people out among the planets and even to land on them. No one has never seen our whole solar system or even a photograph of it. One day, someone will be sent out to look back at it from the outside. And someday, someone will visit other solar systems we have seen. What will we learn? It will probably surprise us. Perhaps you will be one of the scientists or one of the astronauts who makes us say, boy, were we wrong about the solar system? This is the end. And like this video, second. Bye bye, subscribers.